Isabela is widely known as the Rice Bowl of the North. Its land area of about 1 million hectares is mostly dedicated to the production of our country's food staple, rice. Napakahalaga po sa ating mga Pilipino ang bigas. Sa katunayan, noong mga bata pa po tayo, sinasabihan tayo ng ating mga magulang na ubusin ang kanin dahil bawat butil na natira ay isang araw daw sa purgatorio. That's how much we value rice. And that is why I stand here before you. The future for rice farming industry is in danger. And our farmers are losing up to 54 billion pesos because of existing policies. There are even reports from some farmers' groups of farmers' deaths, allegedly linked to low palay prices. The clamor for the review of the Rice Tariffication Law is more than just ripe. Malapit na pong mabulok. As of last week, Malacanang and the Department of Agriculture are pushing Congress to revisit the Rice Tariffication Law, or RTL, and give more regulatory functions to the National Food Authority. But before we delve into the review of the RTL, let us go back to the why of the RTL. The Rice Tariffication Law enacted in 2019 was a significant step toward liberalizing the rice industry in the Philippines. It aimed to stabilize rice prices and ensure food security by allowing the unrestricted importation of rice subject to tariffs. The RTL opened the floodgates to largely unregulated rice imports by private traders and stripped the NFA or its regulatory functions and confined its role to maintaining a buffer stock sourced from local palay. But of course, the RTL did not forget our local farmers because the tariffs collected from the imported rice were directed to what we call the Rice Competitive Enhancement Fund, or RCEF, designed to help farmers modernize through mechanization, input subsidies, and financial assistance. In December 2024, the RTL was amended to extend RCEF funding until 2031 and triple its budget to 30 billion pesos. However, while the amendment authorized the DA to import rice in cases of food security emergency, it did not reinstate the NFA's full mandate to manage and stabilize the domestic rice market. So much work has been put into the enactment of the RTL. And while it had good intentions and ideas, something clearly went wrong along the way. Did our prices go down since its enactment? The answer is, hindi po. The promise of lower rice prices to consumers has not been fully realized. While there have been periods of lower prices, of course, the overall impact on consumer prices has been mixed. Wholesale prices of rice types also showed significant increases in 2024, with regular milled rice experiencing the highest growth rate at 28.95%, rising from 36.48 pesos per kilogram in 2023 to 47.04 kilogram in 2024. Did our farmers' productivity improve? That's the big question. If titignan po ang overall performance, halos wala pong nagbago. The influx of imported rice has led to a significant drop in the farm gate prices to locally produced rice. Our farmers who rely on rice farming for their livelihood are struggling to compete with the cheaper imported rice. This has resulted in reduced income for our farmers and has threatened their ability to sustain their farming operations. Kaya naman po, imbis na dumami ang local production, tumaas lang po ang importation natin. In fact, Philippine rice imports are projected to hit a record high of 5.5 million metric tons in 2026, exceeding the highest rice import volume of 4.8 million metric tons recorded in 2024. This will maintain the country's ranking as the world's biggest rice importer of this household staple. It is sad to see us in this situation when we once thrived in our own rice fields, even exporting to other nations many, many years ago. This is based on the estimate of the U.S. Department of Agriculture Foreign Agricultural Service. We must review the wisdom behind the lifting of the quantitative restriction on rice imports. Because without the NFA's involvement in rice procurement, traders face no real competition, enabling them to drive down farm gate prices and control market rates. Mr. President, after more than 5 years, our rice farmers by now should have felt the effects of the RCEP. Pero wala. Umaalma pa rin po ang ating mga pobreng mga magsasaka.